And welcome to the Lindy Sports Report post-game show here for the Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta Falcons. I had to stop for a minute and think who we were covering today. We've covered so many things, though. But, again, key game today. It was a divisional game. Both these teams needed a win. Atlanta's still going through the Super Bowl funk of being in the Super Bowl and just not getting it together the next year. Panthers have been through some tough times here lately, but the Panthers come home today with a 20-17 win.
Divisional mashups are always really fun and interesting with the dynamic, so it was good to see, them go head-to-head, especially because we had Atlanta, who is ranked 15-15 for offense and defense, and then Panthers are fourth defensively, but 23rd in offense. So obviously our defense held strong for us today.
Game got off to an inauspicious start today. The Panthers won the toss, selected to defer. Falcons get the ball, drive down, and get a 53-yard field goal, go up 3-0 early. And then the turnover bug hits the Panthers. That Jonathan Stewart just having a bad day again today. Coughed the ball up twice, and before you know it, the Falcons are up 10-0.
It was definitely a sleepy first quarter for the Panthers, but they woke up, and I was nervous at the end there. I thought they were going to lose it because they do have a track record of winning until the end of the last quarter, even within the last couple minutes, but they held their own.
And it was a long first quarter, too, because we missed the chicken for lunch, and we couldn't wait to get to halftime for hot dogs right there, though. But it was kind of one of those slow games that was really hard to get any kind of flow or anything going to the game, because it seemed like every time we turn around, we'd run two plays, TV timeout. Two plays, fumble, TV timeout. It just was hard to get anything going.
It's a new dynamic without Kelvin, so it was definitely a shift. We really relied on his body size to carry the ball, whereas now when Funches and other people are stepping in, we're relying on their speed, so it was easier for them to get knocked down, but ultimately Funches stepped in and had a good game tonight.
And what they did that was really important and very good, too, for the offensive plan was they used their speed guys and ran the defense deep and ran Funches kind of the underneath route to where he was open a lot kind of in the mid-range passing game and very quietly racked up a lot of passing yardage today.
That's what Cam was explaining in his interview, too, is he called them silent yards, that, it didn't look like much play-to-play, but ultimately added up.
And somebody who Christian McCaffrey just seems to get better each and each week. Jonathan having a bad day today, that they relied more on McCaffrey carrying the ball. He had a lot of yards rushing. But, again, they've said it all year long. He is so hard to cover. Cam's made the comment nobody in the league can cover him, and he finds a way to get open in that passing game too.
He's more comfortable now. He's, a rookie, so his nerves were a little bit shook the first couple games, but he's getting comfortable.
Defense with another solid performance, but had one breakdown that scared us all to death on a 4th and 7 play. The guy of your Atlanta Falcon that you would want most to be open on 4th and 7 with a touchdown play hits Julio Jones right in the hands. He didn't have anybody within 20 yards of him, and he fumbled it out of the back of the end zone and dropped the ball. And that's a play that I know even when we saw him coming off the field, he still was shaking his head about.
We're just like starstruck and holding their breath, and we felt bad for him as he was walking off because that was definitely a big upset.
And Ron Rivera was asked about that too. He said everybody's entitled to a break every now and then, but the Panthers knew they dodged a huge bullet because at that point led 20-10. And Atlanta came back and tacked on a touchdown. That could have been a touchdown that could have won the game for them.
Definitely could have been a game changer, and I thought it was going to be. So nice, score for the Panthers.
Scary to think that we heard this coming down the elevator, that Matt Ryan has led 25 fourth-quarter come-from-behind wins. And what they were saying, what Mick Mixon was saying on the radio, we heard that too, was don't let him build on his resume. And sure enough, he got the ball back with plenty of time to go after a great punt by the Panthers punter, pinned them deep. And the Panthers came out and basically they got a 4-and-out. It wasn't a 3-and-out. It was a 4-and-out. But the defense stood up with Adams with a huge hit on first down for a loss and reception. But the defense basically won it at the end.
Yeah, I'm just so shocked that they really did hold their own. Within the last 2 minutes, it was really anybody's game.
So the Carolina Panthers, another divisional game today that the New Orleans Saints just totally blew out the Bucks today. So this may be coming down possibly to a two-horse race right now. The Panthers needed to win to stay a half a game behind New Orleans. And, the crazy thing was early in the year, New Orleans looked awful the first two games of the year. And they came rolling in to Charlotte in a must-win situation. Everybody on paper said, the Panthers are going to kill them. They got blown out the first two games. But that game they had here that day on this field seems to have turned New Orleans' season around.
It's interesting. We have a lot more games to go to be able to determine the rankings, but we'll see.
So, again, Panthers have gotten back after a tough week with a lot of adversity, and it seems like they face something every week. That they lost Kelvin Benjamin in a trade this week, that they have had some type of distraction about every week. But to their credit, they have been able to battle back after facing adversity again this week.
It's a part of the game and part of the media. I mean, it's uncontrollable, really, and ultimately you have to focus on football and the game, and they seem to be doing that well.
So, a positive result today. The Carolina Panthers, as you can see the scoreboard in the background, were victorious over the hated Atlanta Falcons by the score of 2017. Now the Panthers will get an extra day to prepare because they will be back on national TV next Monday night as the Fish swim north and we take on the Miami Dolphins.
That's right. You'll be covering that. I don't know that I'll be here, but we'll have some coverage. So
one of us will be here. I know I'll be here. Hopefully Sam can work it out where she can be here too, though. But happy Sunday, cloudy day today. We have been hoping the rain holds off. Hopefully it doesn't pour down.
Better quit saying it. We're gonna get.
That's strike two. We're gonna probably get wet before we get off the field. So I'm not going to say anything about the possible liquid sunshine here before we leave tonight, though. So, again, good Sunday here with the Panthers as they are victorious. So, next week, the Dolphins coming for Monday Night Football. That will be our next Lindy Sports Report. And, again, want to encourage you to tune in or look in to the news rack for your latest copies of Lindy Sports. College basketball getting ready to crank up this coming Friday night. The college basketball season starts. We've already seen the Hornets play, NBA going on, college and professional football going on now. So Lindy's got it all, though. So tune in and get your copy of Lindy Sports. She's Sam Green. I'm the coach, Dick Cox. Have a good weekend, everybody.